Morning everyone, welcome to another Compliance Over Coffee. And this morning the question is, what do you want to hear? And I know you're saying, you lost the plot, Tina. No, although Tony thinks I have regularly on a day-to-day basis. It should be really one of the questions that I ask on every one of my free calls. What is it that you want to hear? Because what you need to hear isn't necessarily what you want to hear, and therefore you don't listen to it. It's like buying. We don't buy what we need, we buy what we want. And we listen to what we want, and we have selective hearing. We don't listen to what we need. So what do you want to hear? Do you want to hear how it is? Or do you want the roses around the door story? And I'm doing this because I have, on average, 3 calls a day now. It's limited now to 3 free calls a day, generally speaking with sourcing agents. And the overriding theme is, yes, but I was told. Well, I was told this. Well, I saw this. I listened to this. I heard this. And it's one of those things where you're asking somebody else for an opinion. You haven't believed everybody else's. Why are you going to believe mine? So, do you know what the answer is? It is your business. Doesn't make any difference what the business is. You can sell widgets to the Eskimos. It makes not a jot of difference. But you are responsible for understanding how to run your company, how to do it legally and compliantly and meet minimum standards. And that is the bottom line. And it's not what a lot of people want to hear, but it's what they need to hear, and it's what they need to understand. So what does it mean? It means that you don't believe what any one person says, not even me. Go off and do the research. Go off and learn it. But that, quite often, is in the really hard to do box, because there has never been one single space to go and do it from. There's no one there that gives you guides on how to be a sourcing agent. There's no one out there that says it's really, well, there's a lot out there that says it's really, really easy. But how many of you have heard or read or been told that you can co-source until you can get your compliance in place? No, you can't. It's illegal. But everybody wants to hear it because they don't have the money to set up the compliance side of the business. So it's what everybody wants to hear. So a lot of training companies, a lot of trainers, a lot of people out there are saying it. And I hear it on virtually every call that I do. And yet a lot of you who've been in the group for a while may remember that letter that I put up in the last couple of months, where someone was fined £1,700 for the privilege of having been told that, listened to what was being said, done what they were told, set up a limited company with no compliance in place. It doesn't matter what you want it to be. It is what it is. And the law is there, and the legislation is there, and the powers that be are now out there. They know about the sourcing sector. Both redress schemes, you can register as a sourcing agent. Both redress schemes are feeding back to me through NAPSA on what complaints they've had to sourcing agents, how they've assessed it, how they've dealt with it, and what we can learn from it, and how we can educate sourcing agents to stop this type of complaint from coming up, what the issue was and how you can combat it. HMRC, they're really, really interested in the sector and have started issuing more fines. Will they want to be educated, or will they not want to give a damn? That £1,700 fine tells me they're going to fine and ask questions after. And there's no negotiating with them. It doesn't make any difference if you turn around and say, oh, I was told, I read, I had a mentor and they said, I did this and I read that and I heard that and I watched this video. They don't care, because their comment is, it's your company, it's down to you to understand what legislation and regulation govern it and how you meet minimum standards. That's the bottom line, guys. That's where the book stops. It is a business, is sourcing. It is not a hobby. It is a professional business, and you're responsible for the spending of an awful lot of cash by investors, some of whom are not experienced. So, what are you going to hear? What are you going to listen to? And what are you going to do to learn the facts? That's where the bottom line is for each and every one of you for your sourcing business. That's Compliance Over Coffee for this morning. I will be back as normal next Thursday at the usual time of 8:30. In the meantime, I hope you have a fabulous weekend, and I hope it sunshines where you are. Bye for now.